Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Junior, aka Smoking Guns, out here in Tucson, Arizona, representing the Ultimate Fight Club, giving you the latest content in boxing and MMA news that is out. So, tonight's video, we're talking about Deontay Wilder and what happened with him turning down that $100 million deal, dude. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? And I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, pretty much trying to get all the information until I bring out my damn video on this situation, because I don't want to jump the gun. But damn, turning down $100 million, dude, that is probably one of the most lucrative deals in boxing. It probably is the most lucrative deal in boxing at the moment. And what makes me wonder is what the hell would make him want to turn down $100 million deal. And you got to think, with the $100 million deal, it was supposed to be for 3 fights. First fight was with Dominic Breazeale for $20 million, and then he had 2 fights with Anthony Joshua for $40 million apiece. And with that type of money, it's hard to fathom how you could turn down a deal like that. $100 million for 3 fights, that's very hard to fathom something like that. But at the same time, I wanted to kind of look at it, and I'm like, okay, he turned down $100 million. So the only way that I could see him turning down that $100 million was the clause in the contract for those Anthony Joshua fights. Because you got to think, the Dominic Breazeale fight, getting $20 million to fight Dominic Breazeale, dude, that's a friggin' banging ass deal. Now, the one thing that I want to know, with him being back on Showtime, fighting on free Showtime premium network, so it's very cool that he did not put that on the pay-per-view, because he had even came out publicly stating that that was not a pay-per-view worthy fight. So with this being on free Showtime, which is cool, I'm wondering, how much is Showtime going to pay him for that Dominic Breazeale fight? Because if Showtime isn't going to give him anywhere close to what that damn DAZN deal was going to offer him, then that is kind of some iffy type of stuff, man. And when I seen that press conference, that dude, Steven Espinoza, was sounding friggin' distraught, like, oh my God, I'm so glad we have Deontay Wilder on our network. We didn't want to lose him, and this and that, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So I'm thinking, from the way that he's making it sound like, they actually gave him a good chunk of change for that damn Dominic Breazeale fight, because he went on to say how much money Showtime has, and they have the money to pay Deontay Wilder. And it kind of sucks how Deontay Wilder had to shop around before Showtime went into them pockets to be able to break Deontay Wilder off with a reasonable price for that damn fight. Because when Deontay Wilder initially came at them with that $15 million deal that Eddie Hearn offered them, they wanted to put that fight on Showtime pay-per-view. And that's the main reason that Deontay Wilder went to talk to the main people over at DAZN, John Skipper, to see what kind of deal they could give him. Now, with him going over there to talk to the people at DAZN, it looks like Showtime kind of came to a realization on what kind of treasure they have in the chest with a dude like Deontay Wilder, and willing to pay him what he is worth. But the real question is, how much are they paying Deontay Wilder? Are they paying him the $20 million? Are they paying him close to that $20 million? That is one of my main questions that I have going for that. Now, for the Anthony Joshua fights, the only thing that I can think of about that Anthony Joshua fight is this. Anthony Joshua, it has came out publicly that he does his fights on DAZN on a fight-by-fight basis. And it's pretty much coming to that conclusion just for the simple fact is, he said in the past that he would fight on pay-per-view on Showtime. He even came out publicly stating that he would go to ESPN to fight Tyson Fury. So if he's able to go to these other networks and fight on these other networks, that means that he is not exclusive to DAZN, and he is doing his deals with DAZN on a fight-by-fight basis. And with this upcoming fight with Jarrell Miller, you can already see that he is not doing any kind of negotiations for any kind of upcoming fights with a dude like Deontay Wilder. Now, with Deontay Wilder getting this deal with DAZN, 3 fights, 2 of those fights were with Anthony Joshua. It stated that both of those fights would be $40 million apiece. The first fight was going to be $40 million. The second fight was going to be $40 million for the rematch. Now, the only thing that I don't like about that is this. If Anthony Joshua is doing his deal on a fight-by-fight basis, Deontay Wilder is going to be locked into that $40 million. So when Anthony Joshua negotiates for his fight with Deontay Wilder, if the zone doesn't give him exactly what he wants, he is not obligated to have to take that damn fight. So where would that leave Deontay Wilder? The only thing that I would say is if Deontay Wilder signed a contract stating that Anthony Joshua was in the contract to fight him, and Anthony Joshua did not take a fight with him, then Deontay Wilder should be able to sue the zone for the money that he is owed for the potential fight with a dude like Anthony Joshua. Now, if Anthony Joshua does end up fighting Deontay Wilder, only thing that I can see from this is what Eddie Hearn came out publicly stating, is how they recently offered Deontay Wilder a 60-40 split. And if this fight is worth $100 million and they are willing to give Deontay Wilder a 60-40 split, and seeing that the price that they wanted to pay Deontay Wilder was $40 million, the only conclusion that you can come to is that Anthony Joshua is going to get $60 million for that fight. And the only reason I'm saying he's going to get $60 million for that fight is just for the simple fact is he's going to be getting $32 million for a fight with Jarrell Miller. So if he's getting $32 million for a fight with Jarrell Miller, I know he's not just going to get $10 million more to fight a dude like Deontay Wilder. He is going to make substantially more. Most likely, he is going to make double what he's making for Jarrell Miller, who has nothing to offer him because Jarrell Miller does not have a belt. Jarrell Miller is not going to make Anthony Joshua the friggin' undisputed king in that heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder holds the key to that. So if Anthony Joshua negotiates a fight with Deontay Wilder, most likely he will probably end up getting $60 million, making that a 60-40 split. And I think that's another reason why Eddie Hearn was so adamant about Deontay Wilder taking that deal, because that would be a 60-40 split, $60 million for Anthony Joshua, $40 million for Deontay Wilder. And the only sucky thing about that is if Deontay Wilder knocks out Anthony Joshua, then he would be locked into a rematch with Anthony Joshua for $40 million, while what? Anthony Joshua gets another $60 million in a 60-40 split. So that's the only conclusion I can come to on why Deontay Wilder did not take that deal. And the main reason I say that is because Deontay Wilder came out in an interview on The Boxing Voice where Shelly Finkel stated that he wanted to know how much Anthony Joshua was going to be making in that fight with Deontay Wilder. And they could not tell him how much Anthony Joshua was going to make, just for the simple fact is they probably couldn't tell him how much he made because Anthony Joshua was not locked into a contract for a fight with Deontay Wilder, because that was not negotiated with Anthony Joshua yet. So when Anthony Joshua did negotiate his deal for that Deontay Wilder fight, that's when they would find out how much Anthony Joshua would make. And I think that's the main sticking point that Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder were looking at, is how much was Anthony Joshua was going to get for that fight if Deontay Wilder was going to get $40 million, because they want to make sure that that fight is a 50-50 fight, because Deontay Wilder has been very adamant about making it a 50-50 fight. So if they're not sure about what Anthony Joshua was going to be getting, then I can see from that sticking point why they wouldn't want to make that fight, why they wouldn't want to lock themselves into a contract right then and there. And I could see why they would want to wait for a later date to see how much, who was going to be getting paid what. So with that being said, everybody can pretty much come to their own conclusions. You can hate on Deontay Wilder if you want to hate. You can love him if you want to love him, back him if you want to back him. But my only thing that I really want to see is how much is Deontay Wilder going to make for this damn fight on Showtime. Because if Showtime isn't giving him that money, then Deontay Wilder is getting played by them friggin' fools from Showtime, not giving him the money that he's worth. And I hope that he friggin' leaves Showtime for a network like Fox if they're willing to give him that money. Just for the simple fact is, the one thing that I've noticed with the PBC fighters is I don't see damn near any of them fighting on friggin' Showtime anymore. I see all of them moving over to Fox, and it looks like they're moving over to Fox because maybe Fox is giving them the money that they're worth and giving them the exposure that they deserve deserve. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys like the video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys got any kind of questions, any kind of comments on this, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Deontay Wilder's ducking? You think he's smart for turning down this deal and waiting to see what exactly is the deal going to be with Anthony Joshua? Hit me up in the comment section and I'll be sure to hit you guys up. All right. So I hope you liked the video. Holla at your boy.